Getting yelled at. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of I've Always Been This Way. Well, today was quite a banger on the I'm gonna fucking kill somebody scale. I didn't. I will say that I have survived another day without murdering someone. So that's a good thing. Okay, last episode, I sighed a lot also, but I just feel like it's this like insane energy that's like in me that I need to breathe it out. Like I need to work it out. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be calm. I'm trying to be collected. But that's really not my vibe. Really, it's not how I live. And today, it was a banger of a day. So, first of all my saga with my physicians and stuff, I try to get all that straightened out today. And by the way, I don't understand why doctors' offices can't get other doctors' phone numbers and emails and stuff. They graduated from medical school, but they don't know how to use the internet. It's kind of a mind fuck. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that part anymore because I'm really just sick of hearing myself talk, really, about anything. But I'm really sick about thinking about, wait, does that make any sense? No. I'm really sick of myself talking about doctors and how they're annoying. But I'm only going to slightly skew off that subject and tell you about my dental experience today. Well, a little background first. I've had a lot of dental trauma over my life, and it's made me crazy. Now, it's not the only thing that's made me crazy, but it's, it's up there in the top 10 of things that make me nuts. So, I just don't like going to the dentist. It's not my vibe, but they tell me I have to go 3 times a year because I'm extra special, and we all know this to be true. But anyway, so I go, even though I have major anxiety. It's really like a nightmare for me to go there. Like, when I get in the car to drive to the dentist, my heart starts racing and racing. And several months ago, I was kind of traumatized at the dentist because the hygienist, I have to put numbing gel on my gums because I don't like when they're poking at me. And she decided to show another hygienist how to lean the headrest back. And I had the numbing gel in my throat, and it made my throat numb, and then I started choking. And she's like, if you can't stop coughing, you can just come back another day. Holy fuck. I wanted to murder her. Hygienists need to understand this all across the board. You have somebody coming into your office that's crazy, like me. It's probably written on my file this bitch is crazy as fuck. Be nice to her or she might cause a problem. So clearly they didn't read that today because I go to the dentist's office and I didn't get my favorite hygienist. Shout out to Boomy, I love you. You're the best, the sweetest, the most perfect angel on earth. I love her. But anyway, I didn't get her. I got the other lady who I'd had a bad experience with. And she's probably a nice person and all that, but I already have a high anxiety level. I couldn't go back to her after, I almost choked to death under her care. It's not about the choking wasn't her fault, but the numbing in my throat, that caused me a big problem. Anyway, so I get to the office today, and the lady who I had when I had my major panic attack in their office, she called me back. So I had to be a bitch. And today I probably would have made 2-year-olds around the world proud. Proud. Real proud. Because that's about the age of, or the maturity of the fit I threw when I didn't get my hygienist. You guys, what you have to understand is I'm like 100% nuts when I go to the dentist. It's just not my vibe, but I do it anyway because like I want to have healthy teeth, you know, whatever. So, excuse me for trying to be healthy. What the fuck? Anyway, so, you know, I'm manic, crazy, anxiety-ridden, off the wall, and 150% nuts at the dentist. So I went up to the desk and I said to the receptionist, I don't know if that's an antiquated term. These days, everybody gets offended by everything. I don't fucking know. Office manager, bullshit, whatever. So I go up to her and I say, I have to cancel my appointment. And she's like, is everything okay? I said, no. I said, I just can't go to that other hygienist. And I wasn't trying to be, you know, disparaging to the other hygienist. I just had an anxiety attack when I was with her. Possibly had nothing to do with her, but once I do, like, I can't go back to that person. I just can't. Like, I already have a major problem in my brain when it comes to going to the dentist. So anyway, they were super nice, and they switched me back to my hygienist, which I love. So she can see that I am completely off the rails. She can tell. She is the nicest, sweetest therapist I always knew I needed. So I really do wish that she could just come, like I could just call her like once a day and she could kind of like bring me back to earth, because she just has that kind of personality, like where she's super fucking chill. So I go in there and I'm like, I'm just upset because I didn't, like, you weren't my hygienist and I didn't know what to do and blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, I'm such a mess. And she's like, oh, sweetie, you're not a mess. I totally understand. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Everything's going to be okay. Like, and let me put the nitrous on your whiny ass face right now. That's a paraphrase. She was very sweet about it, but she didn't even let me talk for like 22 seconds before she's like, I'm putting the gas on this bitch. She needs to shut the fuck up. She's annoying and she needs to shut up. So then, like, as I'm bringing in, I can't talk today, breathing in the nitrous and stuff, she's like, how are you feeling? Is everything, like, are you numb? Are you ready? Blah, blah, blah. In a normal life situation, that tone would drive me crazy. But like when I'm at the dentist, it's not baby talk, but she did kind of treat me like a toddler. And frankly, I fucking need it because I just am mental at the dentist. So she's like, it's okay, sweetie. Just breathe it in. It's time to numb those gums. Everything's going to be great. You're going to be great, sweetie. And she might have not said sweetie, but something else normally I would think would be condescending, like I said, in a normal setting. But I love when she talks to me that way. I think because I'm so manic, I appreciate being babied. Because frankly, I was acting like a fucking baby today. So once she can tell, like, I'm a little stony baloney from the nitrous, and of course they have to put numbing gel on my gums because I don't want to feel it either. She's like, okay, open your mouth like an alligator and lean toward me, and I'm going to clean those teeth right out and everything's going to be fine. So she did that and it was all great and everything. And then, but I guess she's like, got these super senses or whatever, or maybe she's just had a lot of crazy people in her life, that she noticed like I was like still like manic and a little panicky during the office visit. So she's like, we're going to take a break right now and breathe in the nitrous for a few minutes. And when you're feeling good, you just give me that thumbs up. So she stopped several times because she's like, I saw you when you came in and you are a hot mess. I want to get you out of this office as fast as fucking possible. So she really is an angel. She's, like I said, she's the therapist I haven't had yet, but I always knew I needed and need. Like, I really wanted to just stick her in my pocket and bring her home with me so that, like, at night, like, if I'm having trouble sleeping, she can just be like, hey, it's okay. It's time to get a good night's sleep. And it would have been awesome. But she just was so sweet. She, basically said in the nicest way she could, she said, and I'm paraphrasing, okay, guys? She basically said, I know you're crazy, but you don't really mean it, and you're taking really good teeth, really good care of your teeth, and you're doing such a good job. And all I was doing was like turning my head and spitting and like closing my mouth for the suction when she was telling me to. But anyway, so that psycho appointment ended up pretty well. So then, I came home and I was a tiny bit more relaxed. Just a tiny bit. I was trying to chill out, had a little breakfast or early lunch, whatever, I can't remember. I do have CRS, which means can't remember shit. But did I have lunch today? I think so. I think I did. Anyway, so, before this process and like during the cleaning, I'm getting these texts back and forth from the lawn people. Well, needless to say, some motherfucker got fired today. I do not appreciate being patronized. I'm getting aggravated just thinking about it. So the guy basically said to Michael, you guys don't know what grass to put in your backyard, and that's why it's always dying. Excuse me, motherfucker. You're the lawn expert, okay? If there's something wrong with my fucking yard, you need to tell me so I can address it. Or maybe like, as you're noticing the grass that I planted 10 years ago is dying, you can say, hey, I don't want to step on any toes, but I just noticed you planted this certain kind of grass. Next year, because you have so much shade in your backyard, you should plant that. That's what a fucking yard person does. Oh, but no. He had to be a dickhead. And, it's a little aggravating to me because we've had this same lawn company for 11 years. And for at least 10 years, my husband, Michael, has been telling me to get rid of them because they're terrible. But I just wanted to give them, like, the benefit of the doubt. Like, they were always very nice, always very prompt, all this stuff. But today, they set me off in a way that I could not. I had a melted fucking brain moment, psychotic episode. So when I decided I couldn't deal with it anymore, I said, I'm going to an appointment, meaning my dentist appointment that I went to. Please contact my husband to discuss this. And that was a really fucking bitchy thing for me to do because I knew what was going to happen. They were going to call Michael and he was going to end up as pissed as I was. So he took a bullet for me. And also, I needed him to know, why I was crazy. And also, it was slightly comforting to see him almost as insane as I am. It's part of my sickness, ladies and gentlemen. It's part of my sickness. But I do enjoy seeing him get riled up, especially when it's the same things that annoy me. And I guess that's why we've been together for 31 years. But I'm thankful for him. But today I was not thankful for the people that tried to fuck with me and try to patronize me. And I don't understand in this day and age why I'm the customer. I pay you. And you shouldn't fuck me. That's what I'm paying for. I'm paying for you to do your job and not try to fuck me over. That's it. So you work for me. If you work for me and you notice there's a flaw in your scope of work and you fail to mention it, you can fuck off. You dumb ass fuck. So, I kind of felt like, you know, when you were in high school, or maybe when my kids were in high school, they would put the Mentos in the Coke bottle, or the Coke 2-liter, and it would like explode everywhere. That's kind of what I felt like today. They dropped the Mentos on me, and I lost my shit. So I'm trying to come back to earth as I am trying to calm down for the night and go to sleep. But I have decided to prescribe myself with the following things. And I just have to say that I am not an actual physician, but I can give emotional prescriptions to myself when necessary. Here they go. Number 1, must go on a vacation as soon as possible. Number 2, don't do shit while you're on vacation. Number 2 really doesn't ever happen because somehow I end up having to cook and clean and have to be nice to people like the whole time I'm there. And that's hard for me. Okay. Number 2, go on a boat ride. Number 3, get some sun. Number 4, stick my feet in the sand. Number 5, have 1 to 10 cocktails a day, minimum, while I'm on said vacation. It's kind of sometimes a brain eraser, but mostly I'm just trying to be social with my family. You know, I can't be funny all the time for everybody in a completely sober state. And I think we're going to have like 25 motherfuckers up in our face for 4th of July. So my screws are going to come loose. So the glue to preventing the screws from coming loose is just a little alcohol or a little whatever. I'm not going to talk about other stuff. And I'm going to end it by saying this. I'm a spoiled little cunt complaining about these fucking stupid first world problems. I am a lucky, blessed hoe. I've got a husband who tolerates my crazy ass, 3 kids that have grown up to be precious, nearly perfect angels who have no other people of their age that are more attractive than them. And I'm just a lucky bitch. So when I listen to this podcast, I'm going to remind myself to shut the fuck up, ride the crazy wave in life, which really I do all the time. But I'm going to try to ride that wave until it lands me like a little tiki bar somewhere in the Bahamas. So on that note, I've always been this way, and I'm going to bed. Bye, fuckers.